The latest incarnation of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP, is said to have fewer bad bits. But as our experts point out below, there's still a great deal wrong with, or missing from, the Regional Free Trade Agreement. The new TPP is informally known as the TPP-11, after the United States pulled out of the original 12-country bloc earlier this year. While the agreement has not yet been finalized, the 11 trade ministers have released a statement saying that the core elements have been agreed. 20 provisions from the original TPP have been suspended, but there are still a few areas to be worked out, including those relating to state-owned enterprises. The conversation's experts respond. Peter Robertson, Dean and Professor, University of Western Australia Business School. Trade deals such as the TPP-11 that include some countries and exclude others are inherently flawed mechanisms for extracting the most benefit from trade, also known as gains from trade. All trade deals are about swings and roundabouts. That is, a redistribution of income from producers to consumers and governments. For example, when we remove tariffs on automobiles, then consumers gain but producers and their employees lose. When we impose a tariff on agriculture, consumers lose by paying higher prices at the grocery store and producers gain. Under reasonable circumstances there is reason to believe that the sum of the gains exceeds the losses. But when you add up all the potential winners and losers from the TPP-11, from an Australian perspective you end up with pretty much zero. Or, to be more precise, an 0.5% increase in GDP by 2030. The gains are so small because the TPP-11 diverts attention away from big trade issues like agricultural protectionism in Europe and the US, and focuses on smaller issues among a few countries who have mostly already liberalized every sector that is possible given the current political willpower. From a global perspective, the TPP-11 could even have negative effects because it encourages us to buy from member countries, and not from outsider countries who may in fact have better and cheaper products. The biggest winners in the world from current protectionist arrangements are the agricultural producers in Japan, the US and Europe, where agricultural protection remains extreme and untouchable politically. We need trade agreements that focus on the big issues, not the small ones. Pat Rawald, Research Associate, University of Sydney. The TPP-11 retains all provisions on investor-state dispute settlement, ISDS, from the previous TPP, except for two narrow improvements which only apply if investors have specific contracts or authorizations with governments. Despite claimed safeguards, ISDS enables all other foreign investors to bypass national courts and sue governments for compensation in international tribunals if they can argue that changes in domestic laws or policies harm their investment. The cases are tried by tribunals composed of investment lawyers who can continue to represent clients. There is no independent judiciary, and no precedents or appeals to ensure consistency of decisions.